My name is Kevin, and I received a kidney transplant to save my life. Before transplant, I could do basically anything I wanted to do. I didn't have to think about what I'm eating. I didn't have to think about anything because I'm not a big dude. I can do whatever I want to do. So before transplant was that lifestyle was really good. I started seeing some changes in my body. I was losing weight. I was getting headaches. Food wasn't tasting good. And all of a sudden, things are kind of weird. I would be driving home and I would have my hand over my head because I was having these pounding headaches. And I'm not one that goes to the doctor that much, at all. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor basically ran some tests and said that, Kevin, you have high blood pressure. That's when they discovered that my kidneys were functioning at 37%. 3.5 years have gone by. And my kidney function was about at, my last doctor's appointment was about 22%. And I went to the doctor this particular time, and I came in there my upbeat self and everything like that, and it was good. And so I said, so how are we doing today? And my doctor said, I don't have really good news for you, Kevin. I looked at your scores. And the scores that I had was at a point that they got to 20%. And she said that you're down to 3 choices, Kevin. Do nothing and die, prepare for dialysis, or prepare for transplant. And nobody wants to hear you only got 3 choices left. And she said, which one do you want to work from? Remember, we're here to support you on whatever way you're going to go. The choice is yours. And I thought about it, and I told her I prayed on it, and what I came up with, and I hesitated just for a second. I said, I'm going for the transplant. And she had this sigh of relief because she was like, I was hoping you was going to say that. Melissa, who was a co-worker of mine, she worked at one end of the hallway, and I worked at the other end of the hallway. It just so happened that we were planning on having a softball team at work, and she was the coach. And so we all signed up, and about 2 weeks into practice, I told her, I said, Melissa, I can't do it no more because my energy level is not good. She said, well, what's up with that? You always have good energy. I said, well, I'm going through kidney failure right now. And then Melissa said, well, what is your blood type again? I said, it's a B positive. I just said it just like nonchalant like that. And she said, well, it's interesting because I'm an O, and I just went to the doctor about a week ago. And I can go see if I can get tested for you. And I said, well, here's the information. And within 2 weeks, the doctor calls me and said, Kevin, we have a match. And I said, by who is it? And then when they said Melissa, I was like, for real? About 3 weeks later, they set a date, and we had the transplant March 22nd, 2001. Melissa, who is actually about 20 years younger than me, I made sure that every March 22nd, we get together either for lunch, dinner, coffee, something, and I always bring her little gifts because I'm very grateful for what she was able to do for me. On my wrist, you notice that I have 2 bracelets. They're identical. One represents Melissa as my donor, and one represents me as receiving a kidney. And this is something I always wear each and every day, and it always reminds me that basically 12 years ago, I got a kidney transplant. This always reminds me of that. Every year since my transplant, I have a celebration. this is my next birthday. It's my extra birthday because now I have life. And so March 22nd of every year, I have a small celebration with family members and Melissa. But every 5 years, I have a huge celebration, and this involves the community because the community came forward to help me with this process. So every 5 years, I have an event. We have food, we have singing, we have dance. You name it, we have it. It's a big party. My name is Kevin, and I am hope.